I think one has to be thankful for everything that one has. One has to be thankful for the life, the opportunities, you know, the nature out here trying to exercise a bit. But now this morning, my thoughts are more on the one word that I've had over the years as a worker, the one word that I've had over the years as a parenting coach, as a just as a taxpayer. This word is discretionary. Discretion. Do we even understand what the word discretion means? And do we understand if there is any responsibility that goes with discretion? Or is it just a responsibility to make certain decisions that impact and affect other people without necessarily having to explain yourself? I'm talking discretion in how the law is applied, discretion in how your social workers would actually write reports, discretion in how managers would actually promote or even reward staff members. What does it mean? It means at the end of the day that legally the company, the organization, the system would want to commit to a certain point, and then over that certain point it is up to the person who's been tasked. So as a manager, if you are tasked with deciding and controlling the fate of your employees, of your team members, fellow employees, so to put it, not just employees, fellow employees, because you're also an employee. When you decide who gets promoted, when you decide who gets rewarded more than the next person, are you aware of the lives you are impacting? And I'm saying this because when we talk discretion, for me, I start thinking it's about what I like. When you say to me, use discretion, to me, it's about saying, do whatever it is that sits well with you. And if I'm a person of moral standards that are questionable, I am bound to make very questionable decisions. And everybody will have to live with it. And obviously the organization will absolve itself from it, because then it's a discretionary decision. So does discretionary decisions have a space in our workforces? Now, point in question is about your social workers, your magistrates, who proceed and make rulings over cases, over children's lives, in this case, over mothers' lives, over fathers' lives, to say this one is an unfit parent, this one is a fit parent. There's a very thin line where the law can say they have done A, B, C, and D, they haven't done E, F, G, and H, but now the rest of it is discretionary. Same question as in managers. Does our society have a place for that kind of discretionary? Because for me, it actually boils down to organizations and companies really being reckless, because of today, we know of the hurt and the pain that people suffer. So do we have qualified people in management, qualified people in the magistrates, in the courts, in the social workers that actually can make objective discretionary decisions? Does objectivity actually feature in discretionary? Does this person have do they have the well-being? Do they have the wellness, the mental level, the emotional intelligence to be given the responsibility to make discretionary decisions? I've always lamented the issue that people are hurting and they bring their pain to the office. But now, here I'm saying, as a community worker, be it you run an NGO who has had pain in their life, whom the pain actually propels to the next project, to the next level, to work hard. Are you qualified to manage people that would come to help you and manage their well-being, their careers? Are you qualified as a manager who has gone through discrimination, who has gone through certain practices, even abuse and bullying at work, to actually up and become the manager who doesn't bully, who doesn't discriminate, who actually can lead and have the right mindset to be discretionary about decisions? Does the word discretion actually belong in our labor laws? Does the word discretion belong in our social services? Does the word discretion belong in our justice system? Because if it belongs, then we are assuming, that's the biggest word that I'm trying to, for us to run away from it. We are assuming that person who's proceeding and making that decision using their discretion is a well enough person to make that decision. I beg to differ.